Hello, everybody. I came back.
Hello.
I brought Bubs and Sango back, and we're going to read part 2 of The Misadventures of Cuckbeard McRacist, SpongeBob's terrible cousin. Close Encounters of the Creepy Kind. Again, this is written by Lieutenant Olivia, and here we go.
Going down the rabbit hole.
This is the second part of The Misadventures of Cuckbeard, and it continues 2 days after I blocked him on Discord. Why he didn't find me most likely... Why he didn't find me was most likely because the school's pretty big, and often the campus gets somewhat hectic. Therefore, it's somewhat hard to find specific people when everyone's caught in large groups of people, especially at the start or the end of the day. I was walking to school with Rushabal. Him and his host family are just 2 houses down from mine, and we weren't doing much save for talking about whatever, probably food or upcoming exams, some shit, I don't know. When we reached the school. Now, Rushabal heads inside first because he said something about drinking too much water this morning, and I just stay by the entrance of the school. It doesn't take much intelligence to guess who happened to run into me. You guessed it. Cuckbeard. I saw the look in his eyes. The look was like what happens when you don't give a young child what they want. Now, the look wouldn't be too concerning if it was only a young child, but it would sure be concerning if it was a goddamn high school junior. He approached me muttering something. I knew it. All of your wait, that wasn't the voice I gave him. What was the voice I gave him? I knew it.
Remember.
I knew it. All of your kind are Cuckbeard said before some guy carrying a guitar case accidentally bumped into him and caused him to topple over. Thank God for you, random guitarist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what he said, but by judging who he was and what kind of sexist and absurd textual and verbal diarrhea we've seen from him, I could guess that he was going to call me, along with all women, sluts. Something he said to me over Discord. At this point, I just continued walking the other way, and in the steady influx of people, and lost him as he gathered himself from his recent little downfall. I went the whole day without seeing him, save for our music theory class, which was the last class of the day. And in this class, we didn't have seating arrangements, and there was just a good amount of unoccupied seats in the back of the room. And I arrived in class first, sat down. Lo and behold, Cuckbeard, in all his disgusting glory, took the seat behind me. Oh, God.
Oh.
I looked behind me once to see the same spurned glare, as well as his malodorous breath looming over me like an oppressive tower over a field. That was some beautiful alliteration.
Good work, God.
He didn't say anything because Rushabal was in the same class I was and sat next to me, but I could almost feel his poisonous breath on my back. I would have used poisonous miasma, but that's still good. I like it. I went on like this for the entire class period. Great. Now, my elective class is hell. I wasn't feeling too safe about it, but I couldn't report him because he hadn't really done anything yet. And when I checked my phone, the messages he sent me over Discord had already been deleted. So, as a result, I called my brother, who goes to a college that's so much close, to pick me up for the time being. Everyone in the friend group already knew what Cuckbeard had sent me because I told them about it, and decided to hang around me until everyone's rides were there. As I was in the car, my brother asked me about what this guy had done to make me feel unsafe, and I explained it to him. This was one of the few times I ever saw him genuinely pissed off, but he managed to maintain his cool and stated that he would keep a watch on this as much as possible. I can't believe I somehow apologized to him for this inconvenience, where it was actually none of our faults. We didn't really hear or see Cuckbeard for a few days, and I guess he didn't realize his flaws. To put it bluntly, he was waiting for a time to pounce. Because we decided to move back to our original table one day, because the ones inside were all full, and we sat down to eat. Rushabal really didn't care much about politics, and he didn't agree with communism. His parents had experienced some of the negative effects of it, so he constantly satired communism's flaws, but he also abhorred fascism more than he did communism, and one would generally not want to talk about it. Cuckbeard, being the disgusting meathead that he was, decided to play what Rushabal told us was a Russian fascist music, some German marching song, as well as Rhodesians Never Die or some other fascist shit. I'm honestly surprised Cuckbeard didn't get beaten up, reported, or attacked in some form, because the school could be considered pretty progressive. Lucky them. He probably just... we know all about what it's like to be on the opposite side of that.
Yes.
He probably deduced, and correctly at that, Rushabal knew how to speak Russian based on the fact that he spoke in a slight Russian accent and made a few mistakes while speaking English, and as a result decided to play fascist music in Russian. Now, he did so most likely to try and piss Rushabal off. Rushabal, being the funny guy he was, decided to play it off as a joke and tried hard not to let it get to him, but Kitten, knowing what German marching music was because her grandmother had been through the Second World War, was on the receiving end of the Nazis' regime and got pretty incensed over it. And I was just trying to ignore all this and avoid interaction with Cuckbeard, but Kitten and Da Vinci decided to go up to him and confront him, make him stop listening and openly playing that shit. I'm sorry, music. No shit. I was right the first time. After a moment, Kitten came back visibly upset, and we asked her why, and she said Cuckbeard called her all the Jewish racial slurs he could think of. Wow, what a fucking classy dick.
Oh, terrible.
And he had guessed that she was, quote, one of those Jews, based on how triggered she got by his ironic humor. Wow, I really hope this guy gets hit with something blunt. Based on what Kitten told us, she was also told to, quote, stop lying about everything, because apparently she had already, quote, done so much throughout history. What a fucking dick! Da Vinci was... Da Vinci was told a fair share of bad stuff as well, like... Oh, wow, okay. This is a hard one, because I really don't like saying racial slurs, even if I'm just reading them, because it makes me incredibly uncomfortable, but, quote, gooks are ruining our economy, unquote.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, now I want to upgrade that from I hope he doesn't get hit by something blunt, and just upgrade it to I hope he gets hit by a literal fucking bus. Just a big one, too, like a city bus, not a school bus, I mean like a city bus. Big flat, so it leaves a good smear. Another juvenile insult based on the fact that he's Chinese, when in reality, he's Korean. Da Vinci later told us that he was insulted because he refused to help Cuckbeard do his homework and provide him with answers to every assignment, and this had been going on for a long time already. Oh, so he's just a constant racist. That's lovely. We reported him then and there, and yes, he got called to the office, but as far as we knew, he got off scot-free for some God knows why reason. Because high school sucks! Well, we didn't know that at the moment. Later, we would find out that his dad was a somewhat well-known investment banker in the community. Oh, so he's a rich white boy. He's a rich white, but that explains a lot. Fucking... And like my parents, were pretty involved in the school's district community. For the day, we didn't see him, which was nice. My brother told me that he would be picking me up for the rest of the week. I told him it wasn't necessary because he supposedly was in trouble, but he insisted on continuing to pick me up. After Cuckbeard got reported, we didn't see him anywhere for a good 3 days, something we were pretty happy for, I fucking bet. The next morning, I go to school, and I wasn't feeling well because, well, I don't know. I'm gluten intolerant, and I may have eaten something with gluten in it. Hell. Well, guess what? I had to use the restroom somewhat badly because I had a pretty bad reaction to it. Plus, you know, period. So it already messed up my body's usually workings. I always get to school early, and this time I had to use the restroom or talk to teachers or whatever because of my current situation. Just went to the restroom. Guess what happens next? Yeah. Cuckbeard. In all his glorious filth. Well, I didn't quite see him until I walked out of the restroom, where I saw him standing next to the wall, right next to the bathroom. Oh, Jesus. I saw him approach me, and I immediately began to head the other way. However, he kept following me, and I still wasn't feeling well, walking as fast as I could. Just a warning, this part is a bit extremely disgusting, so bear with me. Wow, Olive, you sure took a long time in there. That was the foul. Cuckbeard began to ramble. Can you please leave? I'm not feeling well. Oh, that just makes it better. I just wish I was in there with you. Please leave. Stop talking. After doing so, he just grabbed my jacket's hood in a fit of anger and nearly caused me to fall backwards. I have no idea why, I even tried to maintain some semblance of politeness towards this creep. I didn't know girls even acted like this. Hey, I'm a man. I hope you get... He didn't have time to finish, or rather, I didn't give him a chance to finish hearing what he had to say. I also don't want to know what he said, because I can probably guess. Oh my god. At this point, I had no idea whether he was trying to make me uncomfortable, or if he was genuinely telling me whatever goes on in that disgusting head of his. Honestly, I don't think I want to know, and I don't care. I was very creeped out by this, and even me, I just wanted to clock him in the face, but I knew this wouldn't end well. I quickly walked away, which eventually turned into a run. However, I didn't report him for the same dumb reason I hadn't reported. It was too disgusting and embarrassing. After this happened, I didn't see him for some time. I told nobody, even my parents. Wait, what did he say? I don't... I must have... No? It's just not there. Okay. Alright. Yeah, he was reported for sexual harassment, and apparently doesn't like having his disgusting shit pointed out. And that's just going to have to wait till part 3, because part 3 isn't out yet. But when it comes out, I'll honestly probably forget to look for it. So you guys remind me, and then I'll read it. Because I forgot about a bunch of other things. So we're gonna end this episode here, and then, yeah. So, like, comment, subscribe, Patreon, whatever. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.